Well, been a little while since I talked to you guys. Kind of a weird off topic. Not even sure this is working. Oh, apparently it is. Well, it said it wouldn't be live. Well, isn't that interesting? Said I needed to upgrade StreamYards to get anything going. Well, definitely different. Definitely different. Not expecting anybody to show up. And that's fine. This is more of a, if you hear it, that's great. If you don't, that's okay too. I'm kind of in an emotional. Well, maybe emotional is the wrong word. See, and that's kind of my issue too. I'm kind of at a, what do they call it? A writer's block, a twist on words, something blocked, but that's not quite right. Every day for each and every one of us, things get us out of bed every morning and get us to go to work, get us to go to our jobs and punch in and make money for somebody else and do our thing and what have you. And one of the biggest things they put in there along with that is that if you want to succeed in life, make your money work for you. And they're talking about investment planning, and they're talking about investing in your future and having like our buddies here, affiliate marketing and get things working for you. And I'm kind of at a stalemate. I'm kind of at a standstill. And I know that sounds a little odd, because of the life I work, not the life I chose. And the reason I'm bringing any of this up, and the reason I'm talking about any of this stuff, is because I want to elicit a response from you guys. I want to hear from you guys. Some people, it's going to be getting kids off to school and getting up and getting out the door before the kids for yourself and for your own job and your own peace of mind, or it's getting up to check on the animals, or it's just in my world, it's getting up at 1:30 a.m. and checking the weather and looking outside and seeing if I need to go fire up my truck and seeing if I'm going to work and checking the phone and seeing what the broadcast, if any of my bosses have sent a message to me and said, let's get going. We need you over here. We need you over there. And some of those times I'll take a moment and I'll check in with friends and see what's going on in their lives to maybe motivate myself to start typing. I don't wake up at 2 a.m. or 1 a.m. with the instantaneous thought of what's the weather doing? Is it snowing? Am I going to work? I'm kind of built differently, if that's a way of saying it. I get up and first thing in my head before I have even pulled the blankets is, what chapter was I writing? Where am I at? What words do I need to get put down? And where am I going with which book am I working on? And a collage of words and different things will just instantly flood into my head before I've even had a chance to open my eyes. And it's overwhelmed by the thought of, are you going to work today? Do you have work today? Is there stuff on the ground? Is there a reason to go? Go back to bed, check in? And it's It's this collage of things all at once at 1 a.m., 1:30 in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning. And lately, it's not even that. Lately, instead of this infusion and mass confusion of words to paper and needing to get the newest transition in type or the next idea or lean towards the next chapter, I'm blank. It's like I've hit a wall. It's like, where's it's an odd thing to say. It's like, where's my motivation? You know, an actor for any movie would look at his director and say, what's my motivation for this scene? What do you see me doing? Am I upset? Am I crying? Am I mad? Am I frustrated? And there's all these words and definitions and things that can potentially flow, and the feedback from the director is going to tell you how to present that scene, whether a sad face or a tearful face or a joyful face or an arched back or an injury and I'm waking up blank for words. The stories are there, but I'm blank. Now, I can't tell you if it's because of I don't have a director, if that's a way of saying it. And I do mean to say hi to everybody. Monkey King, Ozart, Gemma, hi everybody. I don't mean to say that, you know, I wake up at 1 a.m. and bounce out of bed and instantaneously somebody is greeting me at the door to say, hey, you need to do this for this reason today. That's not the kind of direction I'm talking about. What motivates you? What makes you bounce in the morning? What, you know, for some people it's like, okay, that first cup of coffee. Or for some people it's that, oh my God, I'm cold. I need to go check the heat. Or you know, there's that twinge of something that gets you going, or you mentally you have the plan for the next day and you're beating the alarm clock and you're headed out the door and it's what motivates you. I've hit this stalemate. I've hit this impasse or something in the last week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And it's as if my mind is just all of a sudden playing tricks on me and doesn't want me to flow and doesn't want me to go anywhere and doesn't want me, you know, and the worst thing in the world for a writer is to sit down even at a filled page and try and continue on. The worst of the worst is to sit down and have nothing, to be blank. It's what is your, I don't know. I'm looking for that tidbit, that secret, that extra bit of something. You know, in some people's mindset and in some people's worlds, they're motivated by money and by paychecks and by the extravagant car and the looking better than the other lady at the desk next to me and being that ever vibrant king of industry and president of the company in his suit and his tie and coming through the door and everybody glad to see him. Well, when they don't really say is, I'm glad you're here to sign my paycheck so I can go home tonight. You know, that captain of industry doesn't look at these silk ties of his and his incredible sports coat and the leather jacket that he puts on as he walks out the door to get into his his newest acquisition, and go to work all motivated and got things to do today and people to talk to today, and walk through that door with the understanding that all of those people are glad to see him because he's going to sign their paycheck at the end of the day. That's not how he thinks. He thinks for his future. He doesn't let those minor thoughts of what other people think of you get in his way. And the lady, motivated and in her incredible clothes and making the dress look 10 times more valuable than what it was hanging on the shelf at Kmart. And that's not her, she puts this beautiful thing on and she just makes it glow and blossom, and she's at work and she's just outshining everybody. And it's not in her mindset as she's sitting down at her desk to start doing her job for the day that everybody is just waiting for the end of the day so that they can go home and maybe dress half as good as me. Nobody goes to work and goes into these situations on a negative note, sitting next to somebody thinking negatively all day long without it affecting them and bringing them down and what motivates you? What makes you go every morning? What bounces you out of bed and gives you that drive that I'm missing? There's something to be said for writers that attempt to deliver a picture into your mind from the simplest of words to exceptional affluence of mental imagery, bringing on the shiny candlelight and the brass fixtures and the marble tiled floors. And there's something that triggers an author to write to a genre, whether in my dirt covered world, I'm headed for soil. I'm headed for rocks and worms and slime and there's not much I can flourish my writing with to expand somebody's mental picture of a worm and a little bit of slime or a rock that's just laying there empty of life. It's you go to the nonfiction writer, if I'm saying this correctly, and they flourish these beautiful words and they fill the age group that they're writing to and with all of this detailed information of surroundings of I think of the old story that 3 wise blind men were presented an elephant, and each one was asked to approach and inspect it and come back very briefly with their description of an elephant. Now, not having ever seen one, not having ever been around one, each and every one of them, from the trunk to the tail, is going to have a slightly different description. A flexible snout could feel like a garden hose that's been crinkled up and destroyed. A leg could feel like a tree trunk. How does a blind person explain an elephant? And just the opposite. How does a seeing person put something to pen and paper to describe what they're seeing in such a way that the person reading the word ends up with the mental picture. How do I describe in words the color red? I mean, and I know I'm banging myself against a wall with some of this and some of this detail, but it's like once I'm up and once I'm going for the day and once my decisions have been made for me, I'm kind of in motion, and then the words come and I'm already away from my keyboard. I'm already away from my typewriter. It's a trying to keep everything in mind and keep everything set and doing my daily routine and get home and attempt to write down everything that was there. And it escapes me. It's gone by the time I get home. I'm exhausted by the time I get home. I'm the only thing I want to do is get washed, get the mud washed off my hands and, get back into some more so clean clothes and eat and go to bed. It's kind of the end of my day. And I'm missing that motivation. I'm missing that drive. I'm missing that push. Way, way back. Oh, Sistine Chapel back and beyond. An artist, and I don't consider myself an artist. I don't consider myself an author. I'm just another person trying to express what I know in such a way that it's the fewest amount of flourished words and that the information is provided in the shortest possible way, in an entertaining way. And I think I've achieved that. But what made Michelangelo get up every morning? What made the Greek philosophers, with the story of even, oh my God, the story of Atlantis, one of the first passed on stories to trace back in imagination. Please bear with me. I'm not thinking biblical here. I'm slightly a different direction here. But the Oracles of Delphi stories, the painted mental imagery that we get reading these words on a page that bring us all to almost the same mental image. For me to describe red, for some it's going to be teal, for some it's going to be pink, for some it's going to be, and I'm stuck. I've backed myself into this. I kind of saw it coming. I've done everything one can imagine to remove negativity. When sensations at the job go one direction, I go the other. When situations at home become sad and or pressure sensitive, I tend to turn the opposite direction. It's been a tough year for a multitude of circumstances. From losing one of my dogs to, and so the story goes. Unlike the authors of old, the artists of old, they didn't have those scenarios. Shakespeare had kings financing him and motivating him from behind, asking for the next story, asking for the next chapter in the life. The Sistine Chapel was a daily add another image, give it more detail. As high up on the ceiling as it was, laying on his back for hours and hours and hours on end, coming up with new colors and new concentrations of colors. Just the whole day-to-day grind of where's your bills, where's your family, where's your next gallon of gas, where's your... None of those distractions were there. And yet I think I've kind of placed myself in that corner. You know, a friend of mine heard and was ready to just, you know, blow the whistle and send up the banners and the streamers and, oh my God, book 2's coming. Oh my, he's on it. And yeah, it was all I could do to just wait, stop. And reality hit me of, wait, you're still in trouble for the first one that never went anywhere. To even consider the release of a second one. And even though it's in my head and I'm trying to get it out so I can get on with my life, whether I put it to paper or not, is kind of up to the readers where they want it to go, and what do I flourish and expand and go into these other potential descriptions, or do I stay in the mud, in the rock, in the slime? And when I get up in the morning, there's this wall, there's this what if, there's this where are you going in the next 10 minutes? What are you doing? It's well, this is true. This is true. And I wholeheartedly believe that. But at the same time, where one would ask, and you know where I'm going, one would ask for help, one would ask for guidance, one would seek external help, we'll say. I'm kind of in that same quandary, but I know what I've done once was already a plan, and it's just waiting its turn, and it's waiting its time. Am I working a second one because it's part of the plan, or am I just wishful thinking? If I can get out of that quandary, that dead end, that I don't want to call it a dark corner, because it's not a dark corner. The images are there, the words are there, the information is there, and ever expanding. But it's that, okay, do I throw the blankets off this morning? Do I go look? You know, like I was saying, I've removed a lot of the, as much as possible, to keep that downward turn and that downward spiral from ever even getting in front of me. You know, I don't look at the PayPal account ever. I don't want to know. I don't care. I don't even look at Amazon, other than to see the numbers don't go up. They stay the same. Okay, well, but what I find, and you know, this may strike some of you as odd, and may come back and haunt me in the long run, but what I find, I do better when I come and talk. book sales do better when I come and talk to people. And I don't even need to be talking about the book itself in general. Just coming out and letting them know that it's there and continuing on with whatever the conversation piece may be. I've off topic, and I will probably stop at this point, but I have actually been on live, been doing a barbecue, been doing a cook, and sold a book without saying anything about the book. And it's a timing thing, and I'm sure it is. And it has nothing to do with nothing. But when I'm looking for that motivation and I'm looking for that little push, that little go get it, I seem to find it there. It appears. I don't know how or where or who knows why. And I've learned to never question, to just go with it. But I'm going to end with this. What drives you? What makes you bounce out of bed, throw those covers off, and go on about your day? What is that one hint or one secret that you have that puts that smile on your face and bounces you out of bed in the morning to go help others and to be there for everyone that you're there for? Whether it be to put a smile on somebody's face, a stranger, whether it be to help someone in need, or whether it's just to smile back as they drive by. What is the thing that gets you going that I can potentially use on myself to get out of this slump that I'm mentally in, that stops me in the morning with a blank page? Thanks for stopping in, everybody. If you get a chance, check out the links below. There's some interesting stuff there to follow. Y'all have a great day. I'll be back. We'll check in. Have a wonderful day.